Hi everybody, welcome to Hive Reads. Today I want to talk to you about graphic novels. Mostly what I want to show you is how diverse graphic novels can be when we're talking about their illustration styles or what it's about or the genres that can be represented in images and text. Whatever your reading preference is, there is pretty much most definitely a graphic novel that will match it. If you're into things that are light, if you're into things that are heavy, if you're into romance or sci-fi, or even if you only read nonfiction, there's a graphic novel for that. So let me show you some examples. The Princeton Dressmaker is a romance. This is one of those lighter, fluffier, feel-good ones. You can see the illustration style. It's a little bit more bright and maybe a little like rounded edges, kind of cartoony. And then you have something like Spill Zone, which is a little grittier. It's a sci-fi. So you can see still bright and bold images, but some more sharper contrast. You can see kind of has that comic book style with the panels. Through the Woods is an example of a horror graphic novel, and this is also a short story collection. So it's short horror stories, very much illustration heavy. There's not as much text on these, so there's definitely, you can find if you want something that is more image based, if you are really looking for, I want to look at, the pictures and the images versus something with a little bit more text. But again, this is a horror graphic novel. If you're already into comics, you read comics a lot, there are also graphic novels that are adapted from comics. So this one is a novel about Catwoman. Obviously she has her own comic books, and it still does have that comic book style with the panels. You can see this one, the focus is mostly on blues and different shades of blue. So you can see an example of something that has less colors. And then if you want to read a graphic novel adaptation, so this is not just a romance book, but it's a graphic novel. These were actually written as print text novels first. So Fangirl kind of has I would say a manga style, the black and white. But again, this is a book you can check out, it's just the text. That's how she wrote it to begin with. And then it was adapted and illustrated in this way. And Crossover is another one where it started off as a novel in verse, so it's poetry, and then was adapted and illustrated this way. So you can kind of see on some of the pages the way it looked as poetry and how they've just kind of added the images there. And then there's also nonfiction graphic novels. So this is Almost American Girl. It is a memoir. So the author writes about her own life, creative nonfiction, she calls it. So, she's obviously illustrated some things maybe more creatively than they happen in real life, but it is drawn from her own experiences of her childhood. And then we also have Let's Make Ramen, which is a nonfiction graphic cookbook. So we've got recipes in this one. So it's completely nonfiction, and you can learn how to make ramen using images, which is pretty cool. So you can see with those examples, some were very bright and bold, and some were more muted, black and white, or the blue and white. Again, whatever style you're looking for, we can definitely find something for you, and we like a challenge. So come to us with whatever sort of graphic novel you're looking for, and we'll see what we can do to match you with the right one. All right, thank you for listening. Happy reading and viewing, and we will see you next time. Bye.